Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, Tuesday night, Donald Trump announced his third campaign for the presidency. And I think every one of us can agree that was the night that Trump became president. I'm just kidding. Remember that? Remember when they kept pulling that? They're trying to do that again. No, this was a lie filled hot mess. And I think what we can all agree upon is that the J in Donald Trump stands for Jeb. He's officially now Donald Jeb Bush Trump with that too many Quaaludes, low energy vibe he was giving off. So, my favorite lie in his speech was when he bragged to the audience that he built the wall. But then he went on and on about how we have open borders and how immigrants are just streaming in. But you built the wall. I mean, which one is it? Anyway, his speech was so rambling and boring and 2015 basically that Fox News cut away early and an ABC reporter filmed a crowd that was gathering near an exit, but Trump's security staff held them hostage. They literally weren't allowing anyone to walk out while Trump was talking. So I guess maybe that's the wall he was talking about. And everyone seems to be jumping off the Trump train, including some of his diehard longtime supporters. So former RNC communications director Doug Hay said on Fox News that the GOP is now dealing with the fallout of the pillowization of the party because they've, quote, attracted these more cartoon characters. So he was taking a little dig at Mike Lindell there. Once loyal minion Mo Brooks told a reporter, quote, Donald Trump has proven himself to be dishonest, disloyal, incompetent, crude, and a lot of other things that alienate so many independents and Republicans. Even a candidate who campaigns from his basement can beat him. This is a guy, Mo Brooks is a guy who literally whipped up the crowd for Trump at his January 6th rally. And then even MAGA sellout and grifter Candace Owens is jumping train, basically. She has now admitted that Trump was mean to her after she tried to explain to her followers why Trump supported the COVID vaccine when so many of them didn't. Oh, womp womp and thoughts and prayers, Candy. And Rupert Murdoch is so over Trump. I mean, he's just done with him. He's just not into him that way anymore. The New York Post ran an article about Trump's presidential announcement on page 26. Even the headline that was on the front page was below the fold. It was at the bottom, and it didn't even mention Trump's name. It just said, quote, Florida man makes announcement. And here's some key excerpts from this very tiny announcement on page 26. I mean, this was practically like a marriage announcement. It was so small. It said, quote, a Florida retiree made the surprise announcement. And then, quote, at Mar-a-Lago, his resort and classified documents library. And, quote, his cholesterol levels are unknown, but his favorite food is charred steak with ketchup. And then finally, quote, he has stated his qualifications for office include being a stable genius. Of course, you know, what Trump cares about most, I mean, he cares about the media, but what he cares about most is money. And he's already losing some big money donors. So just the day after his big announcement, 5 billionaire GOP mega donors said, we're out. We're done. Peace out. Some said it's time for a new generation of leaders. And then there were others who were way more explicit in their disdain for him. One said, quote, I'm not going to give a fucking nickel. And then another one said he's a 3-time loser. 3 times a loser. Come on, Lionel Richie. Put a song together. Make a new version. And why is Trump losing? Why did his candidates do so bad? I believe that Trump has lost the plot. This is my opinion. I think he lost the plot. His new endorsees lost the plot. I think they followed him off a cliff. Trump forgot the basics of marketing. He's always been this marketing genius, but he forgot One of the tenets of marketing is that everyone's radio station is WIIFM. What's in it for me? In 2016, think about it. Even some of the people who said they don't like Trump's style, they didn't like his bigotry, they didn't, agree with the way he talked or how he treated people, they still voted for him because he talked about what mattered to them. Creating jobs, bringing manufacturing back to the US, tax cuts, safety, security, hope for the future for them and their families, holding the elites and dirty politicians accountable. But they've seen not only did he not do that, but then after his 2020 loss, he became this broken record of political grievance. It became all about him. So, yeah, he retained his hardcore MAGA base, and they enjoy the parts of Trump that make other conservatives cringe. But those other conservatives no longer see Trump as someone who's willing to fight for them and what they want, what they need. He's now only fighting for himself. He's fighting to keep himself out of prison, is what it really boils down to. And think about it, he already gave the religious base what they wanted. He already gave them the Supreme Court picks, the overturning of Roe versus Wade. They no longer have a use for him. For some, that's all they cared about. It's the only reason that they voted for him and his candidates in the past. And if Trump fails to clinch the primary nomination, or if he loses in the general election again, oh God, I mean, we can expect him to go ballistic and burn it all to the ground. I wouldn't be surprised if he went out and told his followers to vote for the Democrat just out of spite for the Republican Party. And it's not going to be hard. There's so much infighting going on. I just love right on right violence. I really do. It's my favorite blood sport. So what's funny, though, is that the alt-right, they're just refusing to look in the mirror. They won't admit that their bigoted, hate-filled, extremist views, their violence isn't a winning message that they think it is. They're blaming Mitch McConnell, Karl Rove, Ronna McDaniels. Tucker Carlson is blaming a media blackout, which is so laughable. He's actually trying to sell the idea that because the media didn't talk about Trump's psycho Q-loon candidates enough, that's why they lost. Now think about it. First of all, that's not true. They were talking about all of them. Carrie Lake, Blake Masters, all of them. They were all over mainstream media news. But I thought Fox was the #1 rated news show. So why would these other piddly little networks matter? Like I said, he's full of it, right? Everybody talked about these, election denier Q crazies. Stop the Steal organizer, Ali Alexander, is blaming Steve Bannon. He blamed Charlie Kirk, Fox News, a bunch of others. But everything's going to be okay, you guys, because Alexander told his followers that he can time travel. I am not making this up, I swear to you. On a recent podcast episode, he told his audience that everyone can time travel if they're smart enough. If they're smart enough and disciplined enough, everyone can. And he has. And to prove his point, you're not going to believe this. He told his audience, quote, Pete Davidson one time got on my bad side, almost killed himself. I don't know what that means. I don't know what happened to Pete Davidson, but he literally said that. Then he babbled on about it for a while. And the funny thing is, I'm sure there's some kooks in his audience that believe him. But my question is, okay, Ali Alexander, if you can time travel and you believe there was election fraud in 2020, why haven't you traveled back in time to warn someone? Why haven't you traveled back in time to do something about it? Anyway, I know we've all written Trump's obituary many, many times, only to find out, no, he clawed his way out of the grave again. But this time does really feel different. A lot of his strongest high profile supporters are speaking out publicly. So I'm going to call it. I'm calling it, guys. Take him out of the oven, serve him up. He's done. That's my opinion. He's looking down the barrel of an indictment for the classified documents at minimum. Word is now that that is about 30 to 90 days out. That's what a couple of people in the media have said that their sources inside the DOJ have told them. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please donate if you can. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.